It is 3 o'clock in the morning, the house is completely quiet. The world outside is asleep. You are lying in your comfortable bed and you are exhausted. You know you need to sleep because you have a big day tomorrow, but you cannot sleep. Your eyes are closed, but your brain is wide open. You are replaying a conversation you had 3 years ago. You are worrying about a text message you sent 2 hours ago, wondering if it sounded rude. You are stressing about a problem that hasn't even happened yet. You are tossing and turning, trapped in a loop of what if and I should have. Does this sound familiar? If you are nodding your head right now, you are not alone. In fact, you are experiencing something that almost every single human being on this planet struggles with. We are going to talk about why we overthink everything, why your brain acts like a broken record, and why it is actually not your fault. By the end of this video, you are going to understand your mind better and you will know exactly how to finally get some rest. To understand why we overthink, we have to go back in time. Way back. Think about your ancestors living in caves thousands of years ago. Life was very simple, but it was also very dangerous. If our ancestors heard a rustling sound in the bushes, they couldn't just assume it was the wind. If they assumed it was the wind and it turned out to be a tiger, they would be eaten. So the humans who survived were the ones who overthought. They were the ones who worried. They were the ones who constantly scanned the world for danger. Their brains were designed to look for problems, to predict the worst-case scenario, and to keep them safe. Your brain is a survival machine, not a happiness machine. It is not designed to keep you calm. It is designed to keep you alive. The problem is that we don't live in caves anymore. We don't have tigers hiding in the bushes. But your brain is still running that same old software. Today, the tiger is an email from your boss that says, "Can we talk?" The tiger is a weird look someone gave you at the grocery store. The tiger is the fear that you are not successful enough. Your brain treats these modern social situations with the same intensity as a life-or-death struggle. When you overthink, it is just your brain trying to protect you. It thinks that if it worries enough, it can predict the future and stop bad things from happening. It feels like if you just think about the problem one more time, you will solve it. But that is a trap. We also overthink because we are terrified of making mistakes. We live in a world that tells us we need to be perfect. We see people on social media living seemingly perfect lives and we compare ourselves to them. We think that if we make the wrong choice, our lives will be ruined. So we stand in the grocery store aisle for 10 minutes trying to decide which pasta sauce to buy. We write an email and read it 20 times before pressing send, just to make sure we didn't make a typo. This is called analysis paralysis. We analyze so much that we become paralyzed. We are so afraid of making the wrong decision that we end up making no decision at all, or we make the decision and then spend the next week worrying if it was the right one. We want certainty in a world that is uncertain. We want to control things that are out of our control. Another reason we get stuck in our heads is that we care too much about what other people think. We call this the spotlight effect. You walk into a room and you feel like there is a giant spotlight on you. You think everyone is noticing your hair, your clothes, and the awkward thing you just said. You replay conversations in your head, analyzing every word, convinced that the other person is judging you. But here is the secret that can set you free. Everyone else is too busy worrying about themselves to worry about you. They are suffering from the spotlight effect too. They aren't thinking about that awkward thing you said. They are thinking about the awkward thing they said. We torture ourselves with imaginary judgments that never actually happened. Overthinking also tricks us into believing that worry is productive. It feels like work. If you are sitting on your couch worrying about your finances, your brain feels like it is doing something about your finances. But worrying is not the same as planning. Planning is taking a piece of paper, writing down a budget, and making a change. Worrying is just sitting in a rocking chair. You are moving back and forth, but you aren't going anywhere. It drains your energy, it ruins your mood, and it solves absolutely nothing. It is like revving the engine of your car while it is in park. You are burning gas, you are making noise, but you are still in the exact same spot. So what happens when we get stuck in this loop? We miss out on life. You cannot be present in the moment if you are living in the past or the future. You might be at a dinner with your friends, physically sitting there, but mentally you are replaying an argument you had with your partner yesterday. You are missing the laughter, the food, and the connection right in front of you because you are busy watching a movie in your head. Overthinking steals your joy. It casts a shadow over sunny days. It makes you doubt your own intuition. It separates you from the reality of right now, which is the only place where life actually happens. You might be thinking, okay, I get it, I overthink, but how do I stop? The first step is simply noticing it. Most of the time, we are on autopilot. We don't even realize we have been staring at the wall for 20 minutes worrying until we snap out of it. You need to catch yourself. When you feel that tightness in your chest or you realize you are asking what if for the 100th time, say to yourself, I am doing it again, I am overthinking. Don't be mad at yourself. Remember, it's just your caveman brain trying to protect you. Just acknowledge it. Then you need to understand that thoughts are not facts. Just because you think something doesn't make it true, your brain lies to you all the time. It tells you that everyone hates you or that you are going to fail or that something terrible is about to happen. These are just thoughts. They are like clouds passing across the sky. You are the sky. The clouds come and go. Sometimes they are dark and stormy, sometimes they are white and fluffy, but the sky doesn't chase the clouds, it just lets them pass. You don't have to engage with every thought that pops into your head. You can just look at it and say, that's an interesting thought, and let it float away. Another powerful tool is action. Overthinking happens when we have too much time and not enough movement. If you are worried about a project, work on it for 5 minutes. If you are worried about a conversation, make the call. Action kills anxiety. When you move your body or do a task, you force your brain to focus on the present moment. You shift gears from thinking mode to doing mode. You cannot overthink and be fully engaged in a difficult task at the same time. Even something simple like washing the dishes or going for a walk can break the loop because it forces your senses to wake up. You also have to become comfortable with good enough. Perfectionism is the fuel for overthinking. We want the perfect solution, the perfect words, the perfect choice. But perfection is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Good enough allows you to move forward. Send the email even if it isn't a masterpiece. Buy the pasta sauce even if there might be a slightly better one on the bottom shelf. Make the decision even if you aren't 100% sure. Trust that even if you make a mistake, you can handle it. You are stronger and more adaptable than your fearful brain gives you credit for. You have survived 100% of your bad days so far. You have figured out problems before and you will figure them out again. Finally, give yourself a specific time to worry. This sounds strange, but it works. If you find yourself worrying at 10 a.m., tell yourself, I am not going to worry about this now. I will worry about this at 5 p.m. for 20 minutes. Write it down if you have to. Then, when 5 p.m. comes, sit down and worry as hard as you can. Time it. Most of the time, by the time you get to 5 p.m., the emotion has passed and you won't even care anymore. And if you do still care, you have a contained container for it so it doesn't leak into your entire day. Life is too short to spend it at war with your own mind. You deserve to have peace. You deserve to sleep at night. You deserve to enjoy your coffee without worrying about next week. Remember that overthinking is just a habit, and like any habit, it can be broken. It takes time and it takes practice, but you can do it. Next time you find yourself lying in bed at 3 a.m., remind yourself, I am safe, this is just a thought, and I am choosing to let it go. If you found this helpful and want to join a community of people learning to master their minds, make sure you subscribe and stick around because we are just getting started.